What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Awakening World. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas. I love hosting this show. And one of our favorite editions that we do periodically is authors that we love. And these truly are authors that have touched our hearts, who are writing wonderful books about wonderful things. And so I'm really excited to let you know briefly who is going to be on the show tonight. And then you'll get a lengthier introduction a little bit further into the show. Our show is called The Awakening World, and David Trotter is the man who produces Awakened Magazine. And so it's about time that we have you on the show, David. And I'm really excited about your new book, which is all about awakened healing. And you were brought to us by one of our favorite presenters, Anistara Ma, who, of course, has been on the show multiple times and is a big part of your book. So we're going to learn all about that. I was recently in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where I met the most beautiful man. Both Omashar and I fell in love with Ming Tong Gu, who happened to have wrote this wonderful book, which we're going to learn all about, called, once again, Embodied Awakening. A theme is emerging on the awakening world. We've got Embodied Awakening, the man who creates Awakened Magazine. Pretty cool, don't you think? We also are going to see our beloved friend Jerry Anderson, who, if he turns his camera on, I'll be able to show you to the audience, Jerry. And while we're waiting for Jerry to turn his camera on, we have a special guest. She didn't write a book, but this is Sally Cox, who works with the bonobos, and she has helped to create a 1,000,000-acre retreat sanctuary for bonobos. And bonobos are a fascinating species that we can all learn from. We also are going to have prayer time with our beloved DeArah. And as always, we're going to have lots of music, including 3 musical offerings from our house musical artist, the one and only Omashar, also known as Omashar.
All right. what's happening. The giant's awake now. His eyes are open, seeing into the dark of the night. I see glory shining through me. I am here, come to me. It's an open invitation. What's that over there calling to me? Mystery beckoning. Could it be destiny? It's my life, it's my waking dream creation. I am clear, I am free, I am joy in incarnation.
Beautiful. What a wonderful start to the show, huh? Let's all send twinkles and love. I love all the reactions coming up from everybody. And of course, thank you to everybody moving and grooving and dancing to our beloved Omashar's music. Thank you, bro.
My pleasure. And there's one line in the song and it says, "The giant's awake now." And the giant is Christ consciousness, just so you know.
Ah, that is good to know. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Omashar will be back with two more musical numbers. And I'm imagining you might, especially with Bing Tongu, participate in some Q&A and all of that. So, in fact, I'm going to keep you up for a moment because you and I both met Ming Tongu together in Santa Fe.
At his beautiful retreat center, what an amazing place he has there. Unbelievable. And getting to know this man, he is, I don't know, effervescence in presence. And also having spent the almost, what was it, 5 days we were there, I learned what a struggle in his life he's been through to get where he is now. And that I'm still standing is amazing. You don't have to go into his life history. We all have a story. However, his is pretty tough. And he's risen into something an absolute gem. It's like a diamond, the coal being crushed into a diamond, and so now he's radiating out into that which he is now. So that's my bit on you, Ming Tong. And of course, your beloved partner.
Yeah, Ming Mingtongu, as you're all about to see, is just a beautiful, beautiful presence. I'm going to read a couple things about him. He is an internationally renowned teacher of wisdom, healing Qigong, and the founder of the Chi Center in the Southwest Sanctuary in Santa Fe, which is where Omashar and I met him at the Evolutionary Leaders Circle Retreat. He's the best-selling author of Coming Home to Embodied Awakening, which is the book that we're going to be highlighting of his tonight. Um, and he is really a big part of the global movement of awakening. Also, I'm excited that Ming Tong, you're going to be here staying for a few days at our home in Tiburon. And we're going to hear from them a little bit later. This is Lori, who's home in this beautiful, we call it Graceland, where you're going to be staying, and her friend Sally. So it's all one big happy family. We were staying at Ming Tong's for a week. He gets to stay here a little bit. So it's kind of cool that you're all on the same show tonight. I also noticed when I was reading your book that in the very beginning, some of your testimonials are from friends of mine. And I chose one because Marcy Shimoff is someone I've known for decades. And she's, of course, been on the show. And this is what our friend Marcy, who we all respect, has to say about his book. She writes, "True happiness is not just a mindset, it's a vibration that lives in your cells." Master Mingtong Gu has given us the ultimate guide to grounding that vibration in his book, Coming Home to Embodied Awakening. This is a powerful roadmap for clearing stress so you can experience innate joy and deep unconditional love. If you're ready to struggle less and flow more, let this beautiful book walk you home to your true nature. I mean, she nailed it. She nailed it. So, welcome back to the Awakening World. You were on when we did our show from your retreat center, and it's good to have you back with us.
Oh, Scott, thank you so, so much. And beyond words, beyond words. I think we're feeling this vibration of awakening right now from the very moment we gather together. So really so beautiful. So I'm so honored, so delighted to be with you, these beautiful teachers and authors, leaders of the field, and also with all the listeners. We are truly, awakening together. So I want to say it's really about walking each other home together. We're walking each other home. And my message is home here, right here, this moment, in our own body, in our own heart, in our own cell, and the vibration, everything we're speaking of, is right here, this moment. So I want to invite you, acknowledging that first. So I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Well, likewise, it's beautiful to have you here. And let's just start right away with what's an example when you're facing something challenging in your life? What's a tool, what's a practice that you personally use to come back into presence, to come back into your heart?
Yeah. That's obviously the important question. How we return, how we come back to our heart, how we come back to this embodiment. But I'd like to say is, the how actually is simple. It's really simple. I've been working with the heart, how, of course, over 2 decades as a teacher, but also as practitioners over 30 some years now. The how is really easy. And the why is difficult, actually. Until we know why, we cannot really effectively engage with how. I think that's one of the reasons I have to write the book. Honestly, Scott, been thinking about writing a book for decades, but I couldn't put my mind into it. It's like there's so many books out there already. Why we need another book, right? But then 2 years ago, realizing I have to write this book. Otherwise, I cannot sleep. And then I still waited until pretty much, I think, a year ago. finally decide like, I'm going to do this. So the book finally, first actually slow 9 months, exactly 9 months. So I have to say this book is truly my baby. Take 9 months to rebirth was finally, And what's happening right now is really, I'm so touched that the people experiencing this book, more than just information, more than just inspiration, is deeper transformation, deeper awakening happening already. So I'm really profoundly grateful for that. So I'm sharing this not only as a gift, but it's really as a map returning to who we are. Who we are is inside of us, not as identity, not as a concept, not as just, whatever wishful thinking, how beautiful the story might be. It's really deeply, coming back to the presence. So what I like to share, before we say about how to do this, I want to acknowledge what we're experiencing right now, in the world. Among all the problems, all the traumas, all the destruction, all the war, even historically until now, everything's amplified now by the technology, by what's going on in the world. The complexity and everything is interrelated. But what I see now, more than any other time, these are just the symptoms. These are just symptoms. The deepest cause of this, I call disease in some way, is just one thing, disconnection of our own mind from our own body.
Yes.
Our own mind from our own body. I'm not talking about, someone else. I'm talking about ourselves.
That's
recognizing all the problem outside of us, even about others. I'm realizing the real problem is us, ourselves. That's a disconnection. But that's the good news. The good news is it's our own mind, our own body. So we can come back. We can reconnect. That means every one of us can come back, can return, can remember, can awake truly. That's the good news. So when we are lost in the problem, analyzing the problem outside of us, about someone else, something else, about the world, about another culture, another condition, another technology, I'm realizing that, that's the time to come back. That's the why I want to share first.
Beautiful. And to me, the key word is embodied. It's interesting. Lori Grace is with us tonight, and she teaches embodied compassionate communication. And of course, awakening or awakened is the big theme tonight. Your book is Embodied Awakening. We are the awakening world. In a few minutes, we're going to hear from David, who does Awaken Magazine. And I want to bring it back to you, the key of being embodied. Mingtong, I'm 70 years old, and 20, 30 years ago, most spiritually oriented people that I knew, at least, were trying to leave their body. It was all about leaving the body, and getting out of this planet or getting out of this world and getting out. But more and more, the contemporary teachers that I respect and listen to are more about, no, it's about coming fully into the body. It's not about escaping the body, escaping reality, disassociation, but fully embodying our awakening. So with that as kind of a preface, what does embodied awakening mean to you? What can you share about that?
Yeah, following what you said, this process deeply embodied awakening in this 3D world it's most difficult, most challenging, and yet it's a deep place you can go for awakening, for life, for being who we are. And so, I've been asking the question, what is embodied awakening? It's difficult to put into words. First of all, it's the whole title of the book. I can explain, coming home first, what that means. So recognizing right now, we are not in our home. We are somewhere else. We are in the mental world, living in the mental world. It's constructed story, concept, problem solving. It is a mental world. We're now living also in the digital world, in the screen, in whatever data process, whatever, artificial intelligence, But also we're living in the world outside of us, We're looking for the right things, such as love, joy, creativity, connection, everything we're looking for is good things we're looking for, but we're looking for the right thing in the wrong place outside of us, as I did in my life, when I grew up. So outside of us, from someone else, or something else, our mind, our spirit, our experience is always, go out looking for something, forgetting everything we're looking for is inside of us already. Inside of us, not as a concept, but inside this body, inside this presence, inside this existence of me as a human being. This existence is beyond identity, beyond concept. So in that sense, we have been homeless. Being homeless. So that is the invitation first. It's coming home inside this body. Then the second question, when you're coming home inside the body, you're asking a deeper question, what is this body? What is this body? I'm realizing this body is not what we think. This body is not what we assuming in our whole life, entire history of humanity. We're approaching this body as low, something is low. Something not so sacred, something like tool, like object, like a machine, like biological machine, or most popular analogy is a rental vehicle. When you think of yourself, this body as a rental vehicle, what is the consequence of that? What is the implication of that? What is your relationship with your own body? How are we treating this body based on misconception, basically based on ignorance? As the Buddha said, all the suffering, the main cause of all suffering is ignorance. Ignorance. We have such ignorance about our body, actually. We have so much knowledge, even wisdom about everything else, about something else, someone else, about even the mind. But we have so much misunderstanding, assumption about our own body. We're constantly thinking this body as a prison to escape, a problem to solve, a machine to improve. So what I like to invite you is feel this deep truth I'm discovering. I'm still discovering. I want to share with you right now, this moment. I cannot put into words beyond this meditation. So I'd like to invite you to join me, put your hands on top of your chest, and just simply feel your own body. Gently close your eye. And feel the truth when I speak of the words. And like invite you, say these words with me if you feel the truth. The first Simple. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. Together. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. Feel the truth beyond any concept, any story, any assumption, any analysis. The second truth. Without this body, I cannot experience life as a human being. Without this body, I cannot experience life as a human being. Together. Without this body, I cannot experience life as a human being. Feel the truth. Embracing all the sensation, feeling, experience of life inside of your own body. And the third truth. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. And feel the truth, the inseparableness of your body and the soul, beyond any concept, any story, any assumption. Feel the wholeness of your presence, the wholeness of your existence. Feel this energetic presence of yourself, inseparable from the Mother Earth, Pachamama, Gaia, Mother Earth. Inseparable from the universe. Feel this presence of your body carries the energy, the source energy of all creation, the source energy of life, the source energy of love and joy, the source energy of direct experience. The infinite is inside of your brain. The infinite is inside of your heart. The infinite is inside of your cells. Continuously embracing all the sensation, feeling inside of you. Can gently moving your body slowly. And whenever you're ready, can slowly open your eyes. It's hard to put into words when you're asking this powerful question, Scott. That is the meditation I'm sharing with you. It's the direct experience of what embodied awakening means. It's a continuous discovery of what is this body, what is the mystery of life existing inside me already. That is beyond just somatic practice. That's beyond just conscious awakening. It's the union of the mind and the body, is the union of earth and heaven inside of us. That's is the embodied awakening. That's the coming home to embodied awakening. So
Oh, beautiful. I want to invite anybody who just had that beautiful experience. If anybody wants to share, if you want to share verbally, raise your hand like I just did. You just click where it says raise hand on your toolbar below. Um, and or you can pop something into the chat box. Um, and because I want to share with Ming Gu, what you've experienced so far, either from his meditation or from what he actually just shared. Um, and Reverend uh, um, Jeffrey Colebrook said, even the title of the book is a great message. And I agree. And I actually want to read the subtitle because it builds on what we were hearing Ming Tong share. Reclaim your body, power, and purpose in an age of AI. Um, and I know that one of the things that we talked about when we were in Santa Fe was how sad it is for you to see, especially young people, that are so focused on their devices that they're losing connection to their body or connection to other human beings. Um, and that made a big impression on me because I know it's made a big impression on you. Um, Carol Craig earlier in the chat box had talked about she has now taken you, Ming Gu, and you are now up in her higher echelon of authors and teachers, along with Greg Braden, who we were all with together in Santa Fe, Dr. Sue Morter, who's been on this show. So you're in good company with Carol. Um, Shoshana, who has studied with you before, I think in Petaluma, says, I always have a beautiful experience with dear Ming Tong. Uh, DeArah writes, I fell in love with my body as you spoke, Ming Tong. So grateful for this vehicle of light that carries me in this lifetime. And Shoshana says, actually, it's been in Ashlandia that she's connected with you. Eleanor Joy says, he has such a very delightful laugh. It's refreshing. And I agree, you have a beautiful laugh. Um, uh, and I was going up and reading other things. Um, Eleanor George pointing out how you were really helping us to remember that it's all inside each and every one of us, something that she seeks to remind herself of every day. Um, and um, Going through a lot of comments coming in. Um, we needed to rise up and out of the density and remember our spiritual selves. Now is the time to descend into and onto heaven on earth as our divine co-creation. That's DeArah in response to some of what you shared. We're going to hear from Dia Therese and then from Reverend Jeffrey. Dia Therese, you are on camera and I've unmuted you.
Thank you. Oh gosh, I'm jumping out of every little molecule in my body. I just kept thinking, I'm really, my heart's beating. I kept thinking, Mintangu, that you and Dr. Cat Lewis would have such a dance together. There, several of us have taken her classes, and it's the quantum physics of everything you're saying. And the masters, the life and teachings of the masters of the Far East, the way of mastery, and all about that. I can finally say the Father and I are one, knowing that that's knowing the quantum physics of it. It's so beautiful, and that's what you're sharing with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll get your book. Thank you. That's what I want to say, and somehow introduce you to Dr. Cat Lewis, her to you.
Love that. Love that. Yes, Scott will know how to reach me, please. Yeah. And I'd love to make
I'll connect you directly to Dr. Cat. I'll do that for us.
Thank you. I'd love to make more connection. And also I'll give you yeah, of course, my website, you can reach to me directly as well. And if anybody ready to get the book, I was suggesting make sure you read chapter 7. Chapter 7. and you'll be delighted to know, yeah, the mystery you're ready to discover existing inside of us already.
Beautiful. You know what? I never got your website in our green room, so can you put it in the chat box while I bring up Reverend Jeffrey, who wants to share something, and then we'll hear from Jeffrey, and we'll also hear from Charlotte LaFranc. And if you just put in the chat box the website you want to take people to, and I will show it on camera as well.
Well, what a synchronicity we've got here. Of course, thank you for bringing up Dr. Cat, a dear and beloved friend of mine. And it's amazing. And Karina is here today, also a dear friend of Dr. Kat's, and all part of our beautiful community of bringing this new concept. And it's very, we loved it. It's just amazing. And as we say, so much of the science that we're seeing, for people like Greg Braden, we're concerned about. Let's use our body. Let's use our capacity as human beings. We don't need to, we can use a little AI or whatever if it helps us get deeper to express who we are, but not to get absorbed into that. And I'm going to get your book, and there's so many beautiful books out there, but it's exciting, and this is an important message that we have, and we're exploring that deeply in the community that Dr. Kat and I and Karina. It's the unified model of physics, science, and we're excited about it. All seems to be in such beautiful synchronicity as it's unfolding, as we begin to really understand the power of who we are. And thank you for writing that book, and look forward to further collaborations in our communities.
Thank you, Reverend Jeffrey. You are such a beautiful community builder, and I so appreciate you. And one of our favorite Global Peace Tribers, Charlotte LaFranc. I'm adding you, my dear.
Hi. So I must admit, I was multitasking a little bit while you were talking, and I do that well. My brain type does things well while it listens. But when you asked us to put our hands on our heart and do the repeat those statements, I just came into complete presence. And by that third one, without the body, the soul cannot grow in this life. I felt that complete just connection of merge of everything, and this incredible just gratitude for this body, for this life. That was just, really profound and really beautiful. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Charlotte, for being willing to share that moment with us. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to encourage everybody that you can go to his website, which is his name, mingtonggu.com. And there are two G's there. So it's mingtonggu.com. That's his main website. And when you go there, of course, there is the book that we're talking about. There's a QR code you can use, or just click book, and that takes you right to the book where you can get yourself a copy. So easy. And it's a wonderful book. I've had it on my bookshelf, although Lori Grace snatched one copy from me, but luckily I had a second copy. So it's making its way through our Tiburon household. Ming Tonggu is a very, very beautiful new member of our Global Peace Tribe, and I think you're going to be seeing him on the show. Certainly, I have a whole fantasy of us doing a Global Peace Tribe retreat at his amazing place in just outside Santa Fe, 30 minutes outside. So hold the vision for us all gathering together just outside Santa Fe at the Chi Center, also known as the Southwest Sanctuary. I encourage everybody to get this wonderful book. And Ming Tong, we've got a really wonderful show planned. We're already a little bit over time, so I've got to move on. But please stick around. And of course, I'm looking forward to being with you in person in a couple of weeks when you come here to Tiburon. And thank you so
Looking
much.
forward to it and wishing everybody coming home to this living temple. Together, we walk each other home to this living temple, being a true human. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Ming Tongu. Thank you. Whew. That's a heck of a, just my heart's like, and I can tell he's really impacted a lot of you too, which makes me really happy. Well, I'm going to bring up two people. Anistara reached out to me recently and reminded me of a really wonderful book that she was a collaborator on. And I was delighted when I saw that it was published, or written, I should say, put together by David Trotter, who I've been following for a long time because he does Awakened magazine. And we are, of course, the Awakening World. And I get his Awakened magazine, and it's always at the expos. And I also get a online subscription to it. In fact, I've actually booked some of the people in your magazine that I met through your magazine onto our show, and yet I hadn't had you on yet. So thank you, Anistara. And
Yes.
would you like to maybe share a little introduction to our audience of David?
Sure. David Trotter is the publisher of Awakened magazine, and I recently met him at the New Living Expo in San Rafael. And one of my sisters and beloved friends came over to the booth and was introduced me to him and said he's coming up with another book in his anthology, and this one's called Awakened Healer, and I think you would be a great fit for it. So David and I started talking, and here we are. David, you want to tell them a little bit about the book? And we're launching it on Monday, July 20th,
Yeah.
2 days.
Yes. Well, it's great to be here. Thank you so much, Anastara and Scott, for inviting me. And the book is called The Awakened Healer, 18 Pathways to Healing, Wholeness, and Conscious Living. And so this is actually our fourth book in the Awakened Hearts book series. So we've previously published, this is Awakened Hearts 1, and these books are just absolutely gorgeous. And they're all co-authored by conscious leaders, healers, and coaches that are a part of our Awakened magazine community. And I just have a passion for amplifying the voices of these people who are just doing incredible work in our world. I actually started Awaken Magazine 2 years ago with the vision of, if I could help these individuals get their message out farther and wider, then that would bring more healing, more transformation, more love, more awakening to our world, and that would light me up. And so in the process of interviewing so many people for Awaken Magazine, I felt like, man, I've got to get their wisdom, their stories in a book format, because there's something about a book that when something's in a book, we kind of take notice of it a little bit more. We kind of treat it almost like a little bit more valuable than if it's just an article on a website, or even if it's just in, a magazine itself. And so we've started with several books. This particular book, the vision behind it is that we are all have the power to awaken the healer within ourselves.
Yes.
And so all of the people that I interview, including, conversations that I've had, even, with Anistara, people go, well, I don't want people to see me as their only healer forever. Like, I want to help, yes, of course, bring healing and transformation to them, but I want to awaken the healer within them so that they know the modality, the tool, the practice, the pathway, and they can use it for themselves. And so we have 18 incredible individuals, including Anistara, who are sharing we call them a pathway, because some of it is a practice, some of it is a modality, some of it's, a way of thinking, and they're all very different. So we are launching, as Anistara said, the book this coming Monday, July 20th, tomorrow, on Amazon. So you can get it there. Yeah, it's very exciting.
I'm so excited about it. And when we first started talking about it, I loved that you were like, this is who the book is for. This is how it's going to benefit them. And David was very kind and gracious in explaining like the structures of the chapters and how he wanted it to land for the readers. And that we literally lead them through a practice, through a modality, through an experience so that they have something to walk away with. Like it really makes an impact. So tell us a little bit more about who you think the book is for and how it could benefit them.
Well, one of the ways that we describe it is that anyone who picks up the book is healing from something. And really, if you're in a posture of feeling like you're overwhelmed with anxiety, grief, loss, transition, for some, awakening, any of these transitions or navigating challenges in life, there's going to be a chapter in there that's going to really resonate with you. Yeah. And so the picture on the front of the book, if you go to awakenedheartsbook.com, you'll see it's kind of the page where we're using today to join our launch team, and you'll see a picture of the book, and it's just a hand, one hand on the chest and one on the stomach area, and it's the concept of you have this healing power within you. How are you awakening it? Through, as Bing Tong said, your body, your mind, your heart, and there are just incredible chapters that will really inspire you. And all of these chapters are flowing out of embodied work that these individuals are doing. These are things that they have first experienced in their own life, and then things that they have worked with their clients, and then, of course, now they're wanting to share it more broadly. Anistara's chapter, I will read the title, is You're Not Crazy, You're Just Awakening, Discovering the Hidden Gifts Within Your Ascension Symptoms.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit more about your chapter and who would benefit.
Yeah, thank you. Well, the chapter really helps you reframe confusing physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual experiences. So they're invitations for deeper healing. So instead of asking, like, why is this happening to me? We get to ask, why is this happening for me? What is that deeper lesson, that wisdom that can be birthed through our experiences? And I like to say we're digging for gold in the shift, right? It's a shift, it's a mindset shift. And so in the chapter, I share a little bit about my ascension integration technique, which is about integrating our higher self, our ascended self, our source consciousness, Christ consciousness, right? And the technique is a larger body of work, but I honed it into one particular practice that I feel most of my clients get the benefits from, and it's called Discover Your Superpowers practice. And this is where they learn how to transform their ascension symptoms. Hearing and seeing things, ringing in the ears, loss of identity, loss of friends and family, waking up in the middle of the night, intuitive psychic abilities coming online, and reframing them instead of being a challenge or a struggle, reframing them into an actual superpower that they can embody in their life. And this really does help them reclaim their personal power, make them feel more empowered and on purpose.
Love that. And one of the things that I'm so passionate about when we invite authors to participate in this process is that it's something that's really flowing out of their lives. It's very personal to them, and it's very unique. I mean, you've got authors like obviously Anistara, who's having this perspective on awakening. You've got somebody who, like Dr. Carrie Hoosman, is talking about how to navigate spirits in the middle world. You've got somebody like Sylvie Sterling, who is known for being a cat whisperer, and she's talking all about the healing power of cats. And so, I mean, it's a really wide diversity of authors.
Yeah, it is incredible. And I could see that you're passionate about it. And why? Like, why do you want to help people share their message through the magazine, through the book anthology?
Yeah, I have kind of through my career been a promoter at heart. Like, I love promoting the good things that other people are doing. For those who don't know me, I was actually a Christian pastor for over a decade here in Orange County and helped start churches, and transitioned out of that in 2008. And I found that as I stepped outside the four walls of that way of seeing the world, that there were so many people doing great things.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could somehow shine a light on what they were doing, their like that amplification, that magnification of their work, I would make so much bigger difference than I could ever make personally. Like I was focused for so long, I was like, oh, what can I do personally? It's like, that's good, but like if I can help other people like Anistara grow her message, grow her impact, then that lights me up, right? That gets me fired up. And so that's kind of the whole idea behind the magazine and behind the books and behind our events as well.
I love that. I love that. And it gives an opportunity too for some that may have not felt like they've had a voice before to bring themselves out into the open and share their gifts with the world. I have been a part of 2 collaborative books previously that became international bestsellers. And so we're all inviting you to be part of our book launch team so that we can become an international best-selling book as well. And it launches on Monday. And you can find out more at the book launch team. David has his book launch team. I also have a personal link where I'm giving away some of my own prizes as well. He's got his $500 gift card. I have, 11% off a group coaching, a one-on-one session with
Let's
me.
slow down, Anistara. Let's slow down
Yeah.
and make it easy for people to follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's start with this page since I'm showing that to the audience. So
Sure.
you go to awakenedmagazine.com
Hmm.
/launch team. And I want to leave that
Yes.
up for a moment because most of our people watching are watching on Facebook and YouTube. We go out to,
Ah, right.
150 different Facebook groups and pages and YouTube channels. So for those of you watching that way, just take a screenshot right now. That way you know how to get in there, or of course, put it into a browser and go visit. And I want to encourage everybody to do what I'm going to do right now, which is put in my name, which is Scott, and my email address, lovecoachscott@gmail.com. And yes, you can count me in. I will definitely go and purchase a copy. Now, what happens is the moment I did that, they obviously have an autoresponder that sends me an email with what to do. I'm going to go
Yes.
back though for a moment, um, and let's just take a look at what we want to do. Once we purchase a copy of the book, and of course, leave a review. And that's what's really important because we want to make this, get it on the Amazon bestseller. So that's why it's really important for all of us to get it. Remember, you can get it for $1.99 on Kindle, paperback, or hardback. That's nothing. So for $2, you're helping to make this a bestseller. And David, tell us a little bit about what we're going to receive. Rather than me reading it, I'd love for you to describe it.
Yeah. So just purchase the book this week. As you said, $1.99 on Kindle. You can read, if you don't have a Kindle, you actually can read a Kindle version on your any device. It just opens right as soon as you buy it, read now. And then we just ask you to leave a review. And we also give you access to kind of a repository of gifts that our co-authors have put together. There's a PDF version of my latest book, Super Conscious Conversations. There are other recordings and meditations that other people have provided. There's a link to that. And then, of course, you can join the author celebration call on July 27th if you'd like. And then what happens is a couple weeks from now, we do a drawing of one person who's been a part of that launch team, bought the book, left a review, and we provide them with a $500 Visa gift card as a fun thank you.
Beautiful.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Now we're going to take a look at what Anastara's got going on.
Oh.
Okay, but I just wanted to go a little slower so people can
Yes,
really
of course, my
track
dear.
it.
Yeah.
She's got a partiful happening, um, and it's going to be this Monday, um, all day long. So uh, the I'll put the link into the chat box. And for those of you again watching on Facebook and YouTube, just take a screenshot because it's a little bit of a complicated URL to
Yeah.
me
I
to.
could put the link underneath the video as well.
Yeah, that's great.
Mhm.
That's great. And explain to us a little bit about what you've got going on here, Anistara.
Yeah, so the launch team giveaway also is included into David's as well. I'll be sharing this list of with him. And basically you enter his giveaway, but I know that you said yes to mine as well by joining the party full. And so you get hit the opportunity for his $500 gift card, but you also receive gifts from me as well. So you get a free quick start guide for the Discover Your Superpowers practice. You receive the opportunity to go into a drawing for 11% off my group coaching course and a one-on-one mentorship session with me. So, yeah, I basically just added to David's gift basket.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
something I'd like to suggest to everybody, go to the website and then click interested. Of course, pop in your name, pop in if you want your phone number. And what happens when we give you our phone number? What happens next?
Well, on the party full, if you RSVP, then I know that you followed the link to go to David's giveaway.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
If you're just interested, nothing quite happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to show a couple more things real quickly. Um, Again, David talked about his Awakened Hearts book series. The Awakened Healer is the fourth of four. Before that was Sacred Bonds. Before that was Awakened Hearts and Volume One and Awakened Hearts Volume Two. And these are all, each one of these 32 stories, 25 stories, 17 stories, and this most recent one. How many
18.
stories are in the new one?
18
18.
authors participating, yes.
Yeah. So, I love anthology books like that because you can just open it up, read a short story, and get a little burst of inspiration. And you
Mhm.
know how it's magical. Like you open up and it's always takes you to exactly what your soul wants you to read or to hear or what you need to hear in
Yes.
that moment. Um, and again, I also really want to promote everybody, if you haven't already, please get Awakened magazine. It's beautiful. They've done a lot of them. There's my old friend Stephen Halpern on the cover of the most recent one. And of course, Stephen's been on this show before. So you can click and get all the interesting articles or just get onto his um, his magazine. So that's a really wonderful thing. And then I guess the last thing I want to remind people of is that Anistara, and we've promoted this before on previous shows, she leads amazing retreats.
Mm,
Um, Egypt is what I think we've promoted in the past, but
yes.
she's got a new one coming up to Bali. So tell us a little bit about, I assume 4/4 is April 4?
Yes, it is. We will be there March 26th to April 11th, exploring the sacred elements of Bali. So we'll be going to 5 locations, not just landing in one space and being there for a week. And this is really a homecoming, soul remembrance, activation, Lumerian consciousness codes. And I'm just so excited because the beautiful star family that's feeling called to this pilgrimage is aligning in the most magical ways. So we take good care of you from the moment you land to the moment you leave. Hotels, meals, transportation, everything's included. And you can find out more here. And then, of course, we'll be celebrating the 4/4 Portal Day while we're there. So we start in for Earth in Ubud, and then we go to Mount Agung, the volcano, for fire. And then we go to the island of Lambangan for our water ceremony. And then we come back to North Bali for our air. And then we return to Ubud for spirit. So it is a sacred journey, and I look forward to perhaps having some of you with us.
Absolutely. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm way overdue for going to Bali. I've never
Yeah.
been.
And you find that at anistara.com/ Bali Pilgrimage.
Great.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that.
oh, Absolutely. Thank you both. And I believe we're planning on in a couple months, we're going to do a whole show dedicated to Awakened Hearts and have several of your authors with us. And that's one of the things that we're planning to do. Have we set a date yet? Did we set a date for that? I think we did. Um,
I'm not
uh,
sure. I don't think we've nailed one down, but we really appreciate your support, Scott. Thank you so much.
We
Yeah.
really
Absolutely.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Scott,
Well,
if you don't mind me asking David one more thing, he
sure.
is hosting the Awakened Lifestyle Expo. So can you just quickly share that?
Yeah. So this is our second one, awakenedlifestyleexpo.com. It's on August 22nd, 23rd here in Costa Mesa, California. We have Daryl Anka, William Henry, Sheila Seppi, JJ Brighton, Anistara Maka, and many other speakers. So there's I think 34 workshops, 60 plus vendors, and over the course of 2 days. And one of the things we're doing is we have about 10 of the authors from the Awakened Healer book will be signing copies of the book each morning, Saturday and Sunday at the Awakened Lifestyle Expo. So
Yeah.
All right, I quickly was able to find it. It took me a minute. So here it is, the Awakened Lifestyle show, and that's going to be in Costa
Costa
Mesa,
Mesa.
which is down in Orange County area.
Mhm.
Our good friend Daryl Anka and William Henry. These are all people, of course, who've been on the show. Oh, I don't know JJ Bryden. I don't know her.
She's amazing.
We love AJ and Thomas. They're two of our favorites. Oracle Marine, a lot of people that we know. So this looks terrific. Ken Lloyd, Yuri Lee, and Debbie and Tony Ghazi.
Mhm.
The gosh, all these wonderful people. So that looks great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm glad you tossed that in there. So a lot of wonderful options
Hmm.
for our audience. So fantastic. Thank you both so much. Stick around. We've got wonderful Omashar music and wonderful more presenters. We're going to have Sally Cox in a few minutes. So I'm glad you're with us and stick around. And um, thanks for the wonderful work you both are doing.
thank you, Scott.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Mwah.
All right. Well, I've got some more Global Peace Tribe announcements. Um, and our first Global Peace Tribe announcement is actually something that's going to be happening tomorrow morning. And to share with you a little bit about it, initially is going to be our beloved Reverend Jeffrey Colebrook, and then I'm going to bring up Karina Angela to talk a little bit more about it. Hey, Jeffrey, you're on
Hey,
camera.
oh wow. Now I understand you're going to join us, Scott. Is that
I
going to
am.
be?
I've got it in my calendar, 9 a.m.
Uh,
tomorrow morning.
well, you know, we all know how amazing Karina is. You know, what a gifted person on the planet, and she's been working so hard putting this together. And you know, especially if you know anyone who, you know, she's a savant of her own right, and we're putting together programs. She's put together a beautiful program. I'm going to just turn it over to her. But I'm going to be there, and of course, she is deeply understands the nature of reality because she's a student of the unified model of science. But she's also taken that in even a deeper level with her own intuitive natures and her abilities, which are far beyond anything I can hardly even comprehend. So we're so gifted to have her here. And especially if you know anyone who is working with an autistic savant type person, she is the one that can help them the most. So I'll just let her speak for what's going on.
Okay, and let me just give context so people know what we're talking about. Um, it's the Transference Experience, and it starts tomorrow morning, Sunday, July 19th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm going to leave this up for a moment. And Karina, tell us about, for those of us who are there with you tomorrow, what can we expect? What are we going to experience?
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, it's going to be fun. So the transference experience, the 28 exercises are in my book, Transference, Connect to Your Soul Self. And it's all about reconnecting to yourself. So it's this whole theme tonight. I love it. It's extraordinary how the synchronicities come into play. But it's for, different levels of connecting to your humanness and how can we better understand consciousness, but what is your experience with it? There is so much talk about, research and this and that and case studies and AI. And I think we're just so overwhelmed with information right now that is coming home to our soul self and really reconnecting in a variety of different ways. So we're going to be exploring all the exercises. There's 28 exercises from my book, and we're going to be exploring 2 exercises every Sunday and just deep diving in. But it's for you to experience. I'm just facilitating. So I'll have Edgar and Gladys come in and, and I'll be reading from my book, and it's yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
And Karina, how long is each Sunday?
About 2 hours. So
About
based
2 hours.
on how many people are there, I really want to have the time, we're setting sacred space to really explore and expand our own consciousness together, and really having time to explore what it is that you need to explore, because each exercise greets you where you're at. And that's the
Okay.
beauty of it. You can take it super deep or go lighter.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Can you put into the chat box, please, the best link
Yes.
for people to go
hmm
to?
I can do that. Yeah. Thank you so
That'd be great.
much. Thank you. And I
Absolutely.
hope you all
Well,
will
I'll look
come.
I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And
Yes.
I'm sure we'll
Thank
have
you.
many other Global Peace Tribers joining us tomorrow.
Wonderful. Yeah. Be my guest and come. It'd be fun.
Okay. Thank you for
Thank you so
pulling it
much. See you
together.
tomorrow, Scott.
Okay.
And
See you
Jeffrey.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
And there's something else. Another person that we love is putting together the Global Peace Walk. And we're going to hear from Ariana. If I can find her, there she is. Hi, Ariana. I'm unmuting you so
Yeah,
we can
I'll
hear you.
unmute. Okay.
And yeah, tell us about this Global Walk for Peace. I'm pulling it up, and share with us a little bit about what's going to be happening on September 19th.
Okay. September 19th is 2 days before the International Day of Peace. It's a Saturday, so it will be the third Global Walk for Peace that we've organized. And communities and organizations all over the world are invited to join us. All are welcome. And I loved what was it? Mintong Gu had to say about coming home. When we are walking in silence together, we are walking home. So, and today happens to be Peace Pilgrim's birthday. And she was the unstoppable American woman saint who was actually my very first teacher about walking for peace in the 80s when I was working in the public school system with creating my own peace program. So it's her birthday today.
How perfect. Yeah. And again, in case it went a little fast,
Yeah.
she's talking about Peace Pilgrim, a wonderful woman who walked for peace. And I think she did it for decades, didn't she?
She walked from 52 till 1952 till 1981 when she passed away.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
and and today I just happened to talk to a friend from San Diego who met her at San Diego State.
Wow. Wow.
That was very synchronistic that he happened to call. And so
Yeah, Peace Pilgrim was truly one of the great matriarchs, one of the very first original American we talk about embodied awakening, right? I mean, she really embodied peace through her actions and through her almost 30 years of walking for
yeah,
peace. Absolutely extraordinary.
it's true.
So again, the idea, just to be clear for everybody, is that wherever you are, there's not just one walk for peace. Um, where do people go to find out if there's one already organized in their area or to organize one of their own?
Well, they can reach out to me at info@Global Walk for Peace. And the communities and organizations, who are interested, let us know. We will list them as a participant. And there are numerous communities that have expressed an interest that I don't have a full list. I don't have well, our website is still under construction.
Okay.
My web builder has been sick again. So
Oh.
it's
Well, thank
now
you for pulling
technology.
this together. So let me read it to people slowly. If you're interested, please send an email to info@ globalwalkforpeace.org.
Yeah.
info@globalwalkforpeace.org. And Ariana, thank you for carrying on in the memory of our beloved peace pilgrim. And we are the Global Peace Tribe. So, and we'll do a couple more. We'll have you come on a couple more times between now and September 19th to see how everything's evolving and to see your website once it's up. How's that sound?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for your support, Scott. And I don't know if you have time, like I have a 5-minute video clip of Peace Pilgrim's message in 1981 that applies for everything happening today.
So let's do this. We'll privately text each other.
Okay.
I'll schedule you for an upcoming show, but today is already packed because I added extra stuff. But I promise we'll show that the next time you're on, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right. Well, we got a lot to integrate, and that's one of the wonderful things about having Omashar as our house musical artist, because it gives us a chance to breathe and integrate all this wonderfulness that's come our way over the last hour and a half. So here is Omashar.
The awakening world is rising through our hearts, through our lives, as we take the next steps together, walking tall, no disguise. La, 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 la. Loving all we see, lift each other up, let each other be, healing all the past, healing you and me, loving all that's gone, loving what's to be. The awakening world is rising through our hearts, lives, as we take the next steps together, walking tall, no disguise, nothing left to say, nothing left to do. Let your spirit shine, let your soul on through. Time is what we have, time to think anew. Let inspiration flow, let inspiration throw. La, 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 la,
Woo! Needless to say, I love that particular song. I mean, I love all your songs, but that's
You're, pre-
probably my favorite.
you're prejudiced. Hey.
I'm totally
It
absolutely.
was just so perfect, and to have David with us tonight, and I'm so happy for the guests tonight. I met David twice, once in San Diego and the other time in Sedona, and what a beautiful man he is. I didn't realize he was a pastor. I thought he was more of a baked bean person, but that's a British joke. But being in his presence. I just felt this strength and this integrity and this kind of his wings just putting his arms around everybody and lifting each other up. And so I'm just acknowledging that with you, David. So thank you. Yeah, brother.
Kind of you, very kind of you. I loved meeting you and seeing you use your gifts in both of those places.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, well, you both beautiful men. Thank you for the wonderful work you're doing. You've heard me say it before. My favorite quote from Marshall Rosenberg is the greatest joy in life is being of service to others. And David, you are clearly being of service in so many ways. And Omashar, the same. Both of you are living your life well. It is you are being used by life well. So thank you. All right. Well, this is kind of fun. I live in Tiburon, at Lori. We call it Graceland. And there are always fascinating people coming through Graceland. You never know who's going to be in one of the guest rooms. And lo and behold, Lori has been telling me for a long time about her friend Sally Cox. And once I met Sally and realized, oh, she's the bonobo woman, because Lori's been talking about bonobos for a long time. And so here she is, right upstairs. And Lori, I'm going to turn over to you to introduce our audience to your friend Sally.
Well, I met Sally about 20 years ago, I think, and I was so fascinated to hear about her experience with a whole group of chimpanzees that were matriarchal, that had a culture of peace, and and how they created that peace was very interesting from a behavioral perspective. So anyway, I'm just really glad that she's here. And she's also been through some challenges with some of the funding that she's had, and I want to help her to help restore things, which she has a lot of promise. All she needs is some help along the way. And so she's coming to the Sunrise Center in person, and she'll also be here on Zoom with some of you, and Scott has offered to manage that. I'm so happy about that. So she's had a very heartful approach to all of this and has connected with new strategies adopted by wilderness or animal protection organizations of working with the villagers. And she's done that with the bonobos in the Congo and in person.
All right. Well, thank you, Lori,
Yay.
for bringing her into our world. And Sally, let's just start with the beginning. How did you first get involved with the bonobos? What's your journey? How did you come into this place?
Well, I was working as a copywriter at National Geographic, and I was assigned to work on a book about the great apes. And of course, I knew about gorillas and orangutans and chimpanzees, but I was literally blown away to discover, and this was back in the early 1990s, that there is a fourth great ape, the bonobo, that was so incredibly different than the others and in the most important and fascinating ways. And still, here's George Noble, doesn't know about the bonobo. And, 30 years later, so many people still, have never heard of a bonobo, yet they're humankind's closest relatives.
Wow. I'm going to go to your website because it says that right here. Her website is bonobo.org. And so let's learn a little bit about the bonobos. So you just said that of all the different animals on the planet, their DNA is closest. Now, what makes the bonobo DNA closer to humans than the other forms of ape?
Well, let me clarify that a bit. According to evolutionary theory, we are equally related to bonobos and chimpanzees.
Okay.
So chimps are the ones that everybody's heard of, that Jane Goodall made famous. But what's so fascinating, so the human line, evolution went this way, you split off, and the two pan species, bonobo and chimp, have a common ancestor with humans. But bonobos and chimpanzees are almost like the yin and yang of human nature, which is what was the thing that just grabbed me from the very beginning. Chimpanzees have a male-dominated, patriarchal,
sometimes violent
society. They're the only primate beside humans that wages premeditated, violent conflicts against other chimps over territory and natural resources, which is, of course, what most of our wars are fought over. But bonobos, on the other hand, are female empowered. They have a matriarchal society. They live in peace and cooperate with other bonobo groups. So, in one way, they're called the hippie chimps because they're all about peace and love. They're the only primate besides us humans that has sex, not just for procreation, but for recreation and for bonding and to reduce tension and keep peace. And also, very interestingly, they're actually bisexual. They have sex with either gender.
Wow.
So bonobos show us, it's like the male and the female paradigm, the yin and yang of our humanity. And at this point, in our own evolution, it would be very wise of us to emulate our bonobo side of ourselves.
We've done so many shows on the rise of the divine feminine. And so, again, what you're saying really shows why. And it is so important to go in a more matriarchal way. I've been reading a little bit more about matriarchal culture, and patriarchal has only been the last 3 to 4, maybe 5,000 at the most years. For thousands of years before that, it was more matriarchal, and we didn't have these horrible wars. And so, learning about bonobos, they are intelligent, and one of my favorite words, empathetic. So tell us about that. How do they show up as being empathetic?
Well, in many ways, they're very sensitive. They're very sensitive to the needs and of others in their group. If someone is distressed, someone else will comfort them. Bonobos, even in captivity, and some of the studies that have been done, will share if a bonobo has food and another bonobo doesn't have food, and that bonobo sees it will actually share the food, which is something that chimp would rarely ever do.
Right.
They're very sensitive to body language and energy. I mean, I've noticed that, in the forest, if we humans are the humans coming to observe, if we're feeling good, they actually really love to see us share food. We'll take some coffee and some snacks and sit there, and the bonobos come to us to see, and if we're feeling good, they like it. But other times I've been in the forest with, I was there once with a reporter who had PTSD coming from the Iraq War, and he was really big and had on a bright red t-shirt and he was stressed out. And really honestly, the bonobos just were not, they just didn't want to be around. I mean, no offense to him, but they are very, very sensitive to energy, and they communicate with each other that way, and are empathetic.
Beautiful. We're going to take a look at a little bit more. Um, so they also are peaceful, playful, and loving, and beautiful, beautiful photographs. I love the playful one. And, isn't this the world we want to live in? We are the Global Peace Tribe, and we want to live in a world where we're sharing, where we have empathy, and we're playful, and we're peaceful and loving. And so the bonobos, and I've been hearing about bonobos through Lori and others for decades. They really are a fascinating group of primates to study, and we can really learn from them. And it also gives hope, as I say, as we leave this male-dominated patriarchal world that we've been in. We want to have a more divine feminine or matriarchal leadership. And here's where Sally especially comes in. There are all those things, and they are endangered. Um, and so, Sally, of course, you have now taken a lead role in helping to protect them. Tell us a little bit about the work that you're doing, because, of course, we want it tonight. We're dedicating our fundraising to what you're doing. I'm going to make a donation, and I'm sure some of our others will. Tell us about the work you're doing to protect them.
Well, we've been at it for almost over 25 years with the Bonobo Conservation Initiative, the nonprofit. And our vision, what we do is the Bonobo Peace Forest. Okay. So way back when, at the turn of the century, around 2000, 2001, the Congo War was going on. And that's when we were just starting our work to protect bonobos. And I had been there before to the habitat, and had learned the local language and really understood that the best way, and really the only way, to really protect bonobos was with the indigenous people who share the forest with them. So together with local communities, we developed our vision for the Bonobo Peace Forest, which is a network of community managed forests, and a holistic approach to conservation. So it benefits the human community as well as the bonobos. And bonobo, some of the ethnic indigenous people still maintain taboos against hunting bonobos, and that was one of the very first things that I delved into when I first got into this, was the indigenous legends about bonobos. And the Bongondo people, we've created 2 reserves. So now there's 9 million acres of forest that's protected in the Bonobo Peace Forest officially. That's about the size of Massachusetts and Rhode Island combined. And we have 2 more million acres under development now. We're making basically a corridor of these community forests that are supported by sustainable development. It's the needs of the community, the human community, that are really the driver for protecting bonobos, because the only threat to bonobos is people. And people are the only solution. So through our work, in some places during the war, the taboos were breaking down. And we were able to revive them, through our community-based work.
Can I say what
Sure.
concerned me?
Yeah.
Well, what concerned me and how I got first involved was to help donate some money to a radio station to educate often women about not killing bonobos for bushmeat for their families, and to try to support more of a local economy from different means. So, and you could maybe go into the details of that. So the women weren't so drawn, because the women really wanted to feed their families. And so maybe you could comment on that and what happened with that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we did we've worked with women's groups with microcredit programs, soap making, couture. Some of these women, the context was during the Congo War, a lot of women were widowed, too, and they
Wow.
needed to band together and find a way to support their families. But the bushmeat hunting is the worst threat to bonobos and to all wildlife in Central Africa. Bonobos are especially susceptible because they only have one offspring every 5 years.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
So
wow.
if you kill a
Wow.
bunch of bonobos, they don't bounce back. And this is really
Wow.
the horrible thing, because commercial bushmeat hunters who don't have a taboo, who aren't part of the community, who don't respect, the kinship of bonobos, which many tribes do, that they
Oh,
believed that bonobo and people were brothers. And one brother went in the forest and the other brother discovered fire and became human. And the bonobo kind of missed out. It missed being human.
Well, I
Came
also
out this
think
way.
our
But
galactic, I
they're
think our,
so human-like, and their
yeah.
bodies are their bodies are much more like ours than a chimp. They walk bipedally on 2 feet more often, more easily because their hips are rotated. They have missionary sex because the female, and they're the only primate besides us that can do that because their genitalia are more forward facing like a human. And they're super, super intelligent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
they read
this,
pictographs, right? What was
Well,
it?
in captivity, they broke the
Sign.
language barrier.
Yeah,
Kanzi. Yeah.
with
wow.
kanji, and those are drawings or hieroglyphs or something.
Uh-huh. They call them lexicograms. That's a symbol that stands for a word. Yeah.
Well, we have an opportunity to really go deeper with Sally because this Thursday, July 23rd, Lori is hosting an event at Sunrise Center with Sally. Bonobos, how the hippie chimps can help transform our world. Now, of course, if any of you are in the San Francisco Bay Area, please, I'll be there in person. Of course, Lori and Sally will be there. Please come to Corte Madera to the Sunrise Center. That's Lori's nonprofit organization, and join us. And I'll put the link into the chat box where you can get tickets to come to the live event. However, of course, most of you are watching from all over the world. I noticed tonight that we've got people from Ecuador, Australia, all over the United States. Um, and so, of course, we want for you to be able to join us as well. So today I created a Zoom room. We do need to raise money for Sally. So we're going to ask for a $5 donation to buy a ticket to the Zoom room, to come on into the Zoom room. And I'll be hosting the Zoom room. So you'll be able to watch Sally, her presentation. She's got amazing videos that she'll be showing. And then she'll do a Q&A, and I'll keep track of any questions that you audience members have, and I'll share them with Sally, who will also be answering, of course, questions from the live Sunrise Center audience. We have not made up the Eventbrite or Constant Contact yet of how to buy your Zoom room tickets, but I will send out an email to everybody on our entire 13,000 person subscriber list promoting that, and we'll get that in the next day or two. But right now, please put into your calendars this Thursday, July 23rd, 7 p.m. Let's all learn about the bonobos. Let's all be with Sally and with Lori. And again, if you can come in person to Sunrise Center, that would be awesome. I always love to see people in person and give you a hug.
And we're going to have a special treat, which is peppercorns that are wild growing in the rainforest that are
And
exquisite.
the women's collective.
They're
the female.
right.
So here I'm actually
Yeah.
showing it. So I'm on the Sunrise Center website, and that's where you can learn a little bit more about what she's going to be doing. But yeah, we're going to actually have a taste of peppercorns harvested from the Congo. Are they picked by the bonobos? No.
No.
No, but bonobos
Women.
and the humans eat a lot of the same things. And even the bonobos showed people, even medicinal plants. That's some of
Wow.
their legends too
Wow.
about them.
Wow.
Now, I want to also take people right now to your main website. It's really simple, bonobo.org, bonobo.org. And that's where you can learn much, much more about bonobos, all about what they're doing, and most importantly, donate. Um, and this is who we're fundraising for tonight. And I really want to invite everybody to please donate. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to make a donation of $100. Um, and yes, dedicate this donation, select pay, very easy, select payment. And I'm going to do that right now while we're speaking. And I really encourage everybody else to donate. So I'm taking the donate button right now. I'm putting it into the chat box. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so for those of you in the Zoom room, it's now in your chat box. For those of you watching on Facebook or YouTube, just go to donate, period, bonobo, period, org. Donate.bonobo.org. And it's, of course, really easy. Pop in your information. I'm going to do that without it being on camera, so that's
Thank you so
protected.
much. I so appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Thank you.
Yeah. And when that money comes in, what do you do with it? Like, people always like to know what their money's being used for.
Well, we have a lot of needs, but we channel the bulk of any funding that comes in goes directly to the local communities.
To help
We
in what
have in different ways, we have trackers that are monitoring bonobo groups in different areas. We have community programs, including the peppercorn is a new one that we want, that we're working with the communities to develop that. um, the health clinic, buying medicines for the health clinic, um, just simply paying the salaries of people in the Congo that are working for this. So it's, communication, radio shows we do. We work with musicians in the Congo who have made songs for us to get the word out about bonobos. So it's a lot of things that go into it.
Is there still a nursery?
And you have to pay the rent and, keep the office equipped with paper and all those things. And, it goes from A to Z, really. But it really, every little bit helps a lot.
Right. And again, it's this Thursday, July 23 at 7 p.m. Please, everybody, put it in your calendars. I'll be sending you the information about how to join the Zoom room. And again, it'll be a $5 donation. And of course, any of you that donate now, even if you just donate $5, let me know and I'll immediately send you the Zoom room link. And it would be really wonderful to have some of you donating right now. I'd really appreciate that. Uh, and thank you, Sally, for the wonderful work that you're doing. Thank you, Lori, as always. Lori is who first introduced me to Marshall Rosenberg, who changed my life, obviously. And Lori has introduced me and us to many wonderful people, anti-aging doctors, and now to Sally. So thank you both so much for the wonderful work you're doing. And I'm looking forward to being with you on Thursday.
Oh, and thank you,
Thanks so
Scott. Yay.
Thanks. Wonderful group. I just love being with you all.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
come every week. We do this
I will
every
start
Wednesday
coming.
and every Saturday. Every Wednesday and
you
every
are.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Thanks.
Well, I want to acknowledge it's Darina Joy's birthday. And of course, Darina Joy is one of our favorite people, one of our favorite global peace drivers. Darina Joy, do you have the ability to turn your camera on or unmute? Is that possible?
Hello?
Yay,
Hello?
we hear
Can you hear
you.
me? Oh, great. At least my audio is working. because we just had our 5.2 earthquake. I mean, literally a few minutes ago, and I was warned that my connection may drop anytime. So I'm really happy and grateful to be able to at least hear you, and thank every one of you for being my true family. I mean, I've become such a this word has become part of my language, family and friends all together, virtual but so family indeed. Because throughout my crisis, I have been so lucky to have you, Scott, and everyone on this call to be able to share and to be able to contribute and to be able to heal at the same time. So that's why I created this visual of gratitude, hope, and surprises to my GPT family and you. And I really wanted to express my deep gratitude for everything that has happened ever since I joined 6 years ago. This amazing, as we call it, virtual Sangha and virtual community of lovely friends. And it, it just has been indescribable how much this means to me and how much it has not only changed but literally saved my life in so many ways. Both are in a way of support and energy, and especially when my property burned and you started this fundraiser, it truly meant the world to me. And the reason I'm here and I'm on my probably ninth flight today is because I do believe all that we share, that we are the ones that we have been waiting for, and we are the co-creators and the transformers and the surprisers and the miracle makers. So I truly believe in the Ubuntu vision, and we are actually an example of this happening, and of this awakening, of this alignment, and of this change that we all want to feel in this world of so much chaos and violence and wars that are preventable. And with our good energy and positivity and sharing every show, every time you share all that you do, it's, I believe, the best example and the best way to change the world from the inside out, from our inner world, to really be out there in a less violent, in a more positive and peaceful way. So I thank you deeply from my heart to each and every one of you, and I am beyond belief grateful and thankful, and may there be maximum grace and ease and joy and love that we have and share from now on as we
Beautiful.
do. So thank you again, and accept this gift from my heart to you, with my Darina's laws, which are on the left, are something I've been creating through the decades, and they're the opposite of the negative ones. And I have embedded in them a lot of my beliefs and my that if anything good can happen, it will, and it does. And the world, the awakening world, and our GPT tribe is really the best way to showcase that, and to to be that way in the world. So thank you again and again.
Thank you. And let's all just take a moment and send maximum grace to Darina Joy. Maximum grace for radiant health, prosperity, anything that's important to her. And may this be the start of a very beautiful, healthy, enlightening new cycle around the sun. Maximum grace. And thank you for being a big part of our Global Peace Tribe family. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you, everyone.
And we have a second Global Peace Triber whose birthday was celebrating exactly today, as a matter of fact. And not only do Darina and Susan Bloomquist share birthdays, but they're both a little bit of the shy side. And so, Susan, I know you didn't want to turn your camera on. You're a little shy, but are you willing? Do you feel comfortable uh, uh, turning on your unmute button so that we can hear from you a little bit?
Yes, I have something to share.
Okay, great. Happy birthday, first of all, Susan. And again, of course, you're one of our most beloved Global Peace Tribers who's always here. And what would you like to share on this beautiful birthday of yours?
Well, I'd like to follow up with what Darina has said. And you always ask about the vision for the next cycle around the sun. And well, I've been thinking about it and thinking about it, and usually I can see the future pretty well. But this year and recently, I see no future. I just know that what we're doing, just like Darina is saying, is creating our futures, all of our futures, together and separately, and however it plays out. And so I just want to say that the vision is something we're holding and creating every single day. And I know that everyone here is committed and heartful and believes that we can get through this and build a world where we want to live. And Scott, I just want to say thank you so much for your magnificent leadership and the way you hold everyone in care.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to go to gallery view because it's everybody. So thank you, Global Peace Tribers. Of course, Omashar. We would not have this show if it wasn't for Omashar. And each and every one of you that comes every week to DeArah, your support. So we are a wonderful family. What a beautiful family. It's almost like a congregation that this has become. The Church of the Awakening World, the Church of the Global Peace Tribe, and that's really what we are. So again, let's all send maximum grace to Susan Bloomquist. And today is her exact birthday. So happy birthday, Susan. May this be the start of a beautiful new cycle around the sun. Maximum grace for radiant health. May Sunny Thermal, your company, become wildly successful. And Omashar, of course, is a big part of that now. And we send you our love and blessings and are grateful to have you with us every week. Thank you so much. And speaking of congregation and beloved members, guess what? Our next guest is the wild monk of the mystic monastery, our one and only and beautiful beloved Jerry Anderson, who has a unique creation to share with us on this Authors That We Love edition. Welcome, Jerry. You've been with us from the beginning. You've been at our retreats. You've just been such a big part of Global Peace Tribe family. And tell us about what you're up to in your life, in your world, and about your special creation. Oh, uh-oh. You're unmuted, but we're not hearing you. It's not that you're muted, but we're not hearing you. Omashar, help.
Hang on. It's your mic source, brother. You got to check your mic source. You go into settings and audio and see what microphone you're using.
But now, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know what happened to my mic because we tested it earlier and it was working good. Well, and Scott can probably confirm this, that when you turn 70, you start looking back and like, okay, what kinds of things would you want to share with somebody from all your experiences and stories and life experiences? And since most of my life I've been a healer in trance, doing hands-on healing work, and traveled mostly the Southwest. And quite a bit of our team is here tonight in the non-camera department. And, and so first part of the year, I started writing a book about working in trance. And, you know, we hear a lot of things about the word trance, but really I like to clarify the word trance. A lot of us think about oneness and being beyond the body and beyond the left brain, let's say, more in our right brain. That's exactly what trance is. It's completely being in the space of all oneness. There's no more than, less than, any of that kind of stuff when you're in trance. In fact, when I'm in trance, I don't know if I'm thirsty, how long I've been working with this person, any of those regular left brain things. And so tonight, I would like to kind of like build on what Mung Gu had talked about, embodying, in this case, the healer that is inside of all of us. And so in writing the book, a crazy thing happened. One of my students in Hawaii sent the entire 30,000 words to the Suno. So it wrote a song that I couldn't believe in 6 minutes it could condense 30,000 words into a really kind of like a memorable song. And it is the audio track of about what you're about to see. What the video is the first time you guys are going to be the first ones to ever see the work that I do in trance. Because up until now, no video, no photography, nothing ever took. It was always just fuzzy. So online tonight we have Alan, who actually filmed the video of working in trance. And so I will say a few things after the video. I would like to say that it was a very hot day in Las Vegas in May. We were working outside. I regularly work with really deep music. In this case, I was working with no music, just the sound of the water fountain in the background. The whole experience is actually about 45 minutes long, but you're going to see just a few minutes of working in trance. And one of the things I like to point out is how much spirit uses my feet while I'm in trance. So you'll see this if after we play this video, whatever questions you have, I'm much better with questions than kind of like sharing things. It's part of my etiquette.
All right. Well, Cherry, I'm going to go ahead then and play the video. And again, what this is Suno kind of took all those beautiful words and put it into a song. So here we go. And it's really, really fun. And this gives us a chance to see another side of the wild monk that we love so much.
Yeah, now, health is the wealth of the body, love is the breath of the soul. I am not the source, I am the straw where the living water flows. The room, no words I say, stillness come shining like the break of day. Heart wide open, ego laid down, Holy Spirit moving without a sound. I don't push, I I don't try. I let the river of mercy rise. Hands like lanterns, heart like flame. Love remembers the original name. Breathe in spirit, breathe out fear. The healing light is already here. Forgive the sorrow, release the pain. Only now exists again. Let love breathe through me. Let the holy river flow. Restore the body blueprint. Let the wounded spirit know I am only a vessel. I am only a reed. When the heart becomes empty, love gives everything we need. Feet tell the story, body like a map. Every little pressure wakes the ancient path. Blue from the earth, gold from the crown. Meet in the heart where the green light sounds. Right hand giving, left hand receive. Burn up the sorrow, no longer believe. I'm not fighting darkness, not chasing disease. Calling for wholeness, joy and peace. Breathe in spirit, breathe out fear. The healing light is already here. Forgive the sorrow, release the pain. Only now exists again. Let love breathe through me. Let the holy river flow. Restore the body blueprint. Let the wounded spirit know I am only a vessel. I am only a reed. When the heart becomes empty, love gives everything we need. Who does the healing? The one light, the one love. Who holds the power? The spirit from above. What is the prayer? Thank you, it is done. What is the medicine? Love for everyone. Faith is no doubt when the morning rise, like the sun returning to the open sky. Fear is a prayer to what we don't choose. So I speak good news. I speak good news. I forgive myself. I forgive my past. I forgive the shadows that could never last. I forgive my neighbor. I forgive my name. I step out of time into present. Yeah, breathe through me. Let the holy river flow. Restore the body blueprint. Let the wounded spirit know I am only a vessel. I am only a reed. When the heart becomes empty, love gives everything we need. Love, love, love. Lots of vital energy. Love, love, love. Holy breath inside of me. Hope, desire, faith, surrender, open heart. Remember, remember. Hope, desire, faith, surrender, body of light. Remember, remember. Let love breathe through me. Yeah. Let the holy river flow. Restore the body blueprint. Oh, let the wounded spirit know I am only a vessel. I am only a reed. When the heart becomes empty, love gives everything we need. I surrender. I agree. I forgive. I receive. I love. I serve. I let the spirit move through me. Only now exists. Only love restores. Only spirit heals. Jala forevermore.
Maybe that's what attunement means.
Yeah, to being in tune.
Yes.
Male, female.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the two-ness, right?
yeah. Even better than there's four.
Yes, exactly.
My brother said there'll be six then.
Yeah.
That's really, really fun, Jerry. Thank you so much. And so we're going to put it in the chat box. But again, if you want to get, I think you can also send a copy of the video so people can start watching it. Write to Jerry at the number 7 backup at mail.com. 7, the number 7 backup at mail.com. And you'll be sending them kind of an early draft of the book, the full book, and then also a copy of this beautiful, really fun Suno video that you've got. Is that correct?
Yes, and I will send you 2 different versions of the book. The book I wrote is about 30,000 words long. And today, Claude rewrote the book about half, maybe 3/4 as long as the original book. But I write, Scott, very, very blunt and to the point. Oh my goodness. Claude made it even more blunt. It ended one of my paragraphs that said, an ego has never, ever performed a miracle. Yeah. So, and I like to say the book is really a lot about the word forgiveness. And I'd like to stretch everybody's idea of forgiveness tonight a little bit different, the way Joel Goldsmith, a pioneer about 100 years ago, wrote on the planet. He said, forgiveness is not about letting go of the energy you're holding towards another person. He said, forgiveness is about the energy you're holding to a point in time. He says you always start.
Tell us more. Tell us more about that.
Yes, he says when we're starting to go into the area of forgiveness, we always think about remember when blank and blank happened. That takes us into a place in time. And the reason it's so important to release these points in time, very simple, is it allows us to be more present now.
Right.
And, you know, we know how important that is. So having our energy split off into places in time that we didn't forgive that person or whatever is actually causing us a presencing problem. So I thought that was a very different way of understanding forgiveness I wanted to share.
Beautiful. Thank you. And what do you ever do any of your work virtually?
Yes, because really I can tune into the person through the Zoom, you know, getting to know them because as I explain in the book, healing is really about a different level of listening. Most people listen with the intention of reply, not with the intention to understand. And when you're really in the healing space, you just have to let whatever's coming out of that person be not judged, not corrected, no advice, because as soon as you start doing any of those things, the person speaking will start to close down. We have a minute more.
Oh, I'm going to actually read some comments that have come in from the audience. So we've got a few more. We've got time.
Okay, I'll tell a short story that just blew me away, and I think it'll blow most of you all away. I was doing some healing work in a hot springs in northern, well, actually Nevada, California border, a natural hot springs. And the little lady that was having a healing started shaking and violently thrashing in the water. It was all my team could do to keep her head above water. And my team tried to hold her down. I said, no, this little lady's going to tire herself out so fast, just let her do it. And so we did. And when she became a noodle, then I did the healing work. I carried, because after she's a noodle, she can't even walk, okay? I had to carry her on my back out of the water, lay her down on a blanket. And when her eyes opened up, I said, what was that about? Listen, hang on to your seat, folks. If you've ever heard of an abandonment issue, this one tops them. She said when she was 8 years old, she was offered as a human sacrifice by her own father. And because she didn't die, she was locked into one of these places where they have junk cars all stacked up. They put her in one of those cars, 8 years old, locked it, and left. Now, here's the kicker, guys. The lady's now 20 years older than that. She's been in every kind of therapy known to man. Every kind. Are you ready for this? She told me that I was the first person she had ever told that to.
Wow. Wow.
Can you imagine how healing it was just to say it out loud for the first time since she was 8 years old?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's what perfect listening does. Okay. It allows that person to just feel vulnerable to the deepest levels to heal those places that the energy is stuck.
You know, active listening is really important when we hear someone sharing something difficult. It doesn't need to be that difficult, but something difficult. Human nature is we want to fix it. We want to make it better. And it's really important to not try and fix, not try and make it better, but the magic words are, tell me more.
Mm.
Tell me more. Those are the magic words. Tell
Yeah.
me more. Because once a person starts to express, they just want to be heard. You know?
Yes. Yes. I'll tell you one story that the person couldn't talk. Okay. I was working in Salt Lake City and they says emergency, you need to go to the hospital immediately. A 14-year-old girl has overdosed on a children's tranquilizer, 50-some children's tranquilizer that there was no antidote. They had already pumped the girl's stomach and the parents were already prepared that she was not going to live.
Wow.
So I have to say this about doctors. When doctors give up, they give up. And they opened the ICU, which, you know, usually you have to have all special garments and everything. They opened ICU for us to go directly in with this 14-year-old. She was connected to every kind of machine you can imagine. And I noticed that there was one machine that was keeping her pulse and all that kind of stuff in a nice chart. But when I put my hands on the girl, the machine started flashing artifact, artifact, artifact. I take my hands off, it wouldn't say that. I put my hands back on and said artifact, artifact. I later found out that if something happens in the EKG that the doctor should look at, it marks it as an artifact. Well, I'm standing there near the head of the girl. She's strapped down to a hospital bed by leather straps, completely unconscious. And her mother's standing here just weeping. And I put my hands on the girl and the craziest thing happened. Spirit, I usually call the home office, Spirit said, swimming pool. I told Spirit, listen, this is a serious situation. Spirit said again, swimming pool. The third time it said it so loudly that I says to the mother, I says, what does swimming pool have to do with this? She said everything. She was drowned in her own birth fluid when she was born. She was 5 years old before we got her into a bathtub. And this year in school, she has mandatory swimming class. So even the craziest thing sometimes Spirit says when you're in trance doesn't make no logical sense, but it makes total sense once you expose what's being said.
Wow. Jerry, thank you for listening to the home office and always being in service to the home office and being such a beloved member of our Global Peace Tribe.
So I hope this book is a manual, a guide to help people unlock and embody the natural healer that's inside of us. It does not have to be trained. When you get a paper cut, you don't have to tell your body about healing that place. It knows how to do it. And the same thing is true in our bodies. It knows how to heal. We just have to let that happen and give it the permission to actually clear out the places that the energies have been blocked. So my book is a real hands-on. Even I give an example that a person goes to a hospital to visit a friend in the hospital. the most easiest, most powerful, amazing thing you can do is give that person that you went to see a simple foot massage.
Mm-hmm.
It can bless them deeply. I was blessed to give Master Sri Ka a foot massage hours before he went unconscious.
I remember that. That's right. And again, your website is 7backup@mail.net, is it?
No, .com. That's my email
Mail.com.
address.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great.
So I'll send you three. I'll send you the song with the video, my book, and then the AI wrote the book very, like I say, to the point and blunt. So you won't miss the point when AI has written the book. So you'll get 3 copies.
Okay, beautiful. Cherry, we love you so much. Thank you for your beautiful world service. And let's just take a moment and send maximum grace to our beloved Joe. Maximum grace, and may his creations be honored, and may he continue to have such a beautiful relationship with the home office, and bless him with maximum abundance. May abundance flow your way, Cherry. You give so much. May you receive maximum grace for our beloved Cherry Anderson. We love you, Cherry. Well, that's a perfect segue to go into our prayer time. And of course, I'm going to bring DeArah up. And I just want to acknowledge, I think I saw Scotty. I know Scotty Satori was in the Zoom room with us at the start of the show, but I don't think he's with us now. But
he's still here.
Scotty.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, good. Okay, Scotty, turn your camera on. I don't see you. Possible? I will. I'm going to turn it over to DeArah. What a beautiful, beautiful night. Take it, DeArah.
Oh, there's so much prayer woven into our whole night, Scott, and everyone. I'm so full, and I think a subtitle for tonight might be the unsung hero. So many do so much beneath the radar, under the scenes. I'm thinking of Lori Grace, who does so much, and everyone that we've met tonight, and Jerry, that was amazing. I remember when you were there at the passing, and what you went through, of Sri. And yes, love to Scotty. Also, there's a prayer request in our chat for a beloved of Dia's who brought her to Mother Mary. I'm thinking of all the love that was brought into the chat tonight, and just how beautiful we are as a cosmic global peace tribe, and so much love. And we talked about the ripples, how this ripples out and changes the world in ways. And I know we have a few more announcements. Scott, do you want to do that after prayer time? I'm kind of okay, great. And we have someone in our Zoom room who's going to be presenting on the 22nd. So left brain, right brain, and just mixing that all together. I wanted to thank everyone for your prayers last week. I was in a small car accident on Tuesday night, and in the ER in the wee hours of our Wednesday morning, and still recovering from some whiplash. And I really felt the prayers and the healing, and just receiving that. And I couldn't help but think of you, Omashar, when you came on the show that night with your broken ribs, and sang to us in the midst of all that. And so the things that we do for love and from love. And so prayers for Scotty, for your healing, the integration of all the treatments that you're receiving. May your body be blessed with the ability to integrate all that's beautiful from Western medicine, from Eastern traditions, from the cosmic, from the earth. And as I'm speaking that, we know that we're saying this for all of us, This morning there was a mention of someone who had a beloved friend fall and was in their home for 4 days without food or water, unable to reach out for assistance. So sending prayer to that person who's still in recovery. I'm not able to read the chat, so count on you, Scott, to scroll through when we shift into our ladder show announcements for anyone else that's putting their needs into the chat. And we know that the unseen is equally, if not more powerful than the world of the seen. I can feel the energy coming into my spine. I'm so grateful. And that's part of our teaching. It's part of Anistara's work and David's work and all that we do to send healing and create miracles, and the miraculous becomes the norm and the norm becomes a miracle. So just sending more of that energy in and out and in and out, just feeling that expand the way we do as we share our intentions, our vibrations. I can feel the energy in the room expanding as we do that, and I can feel our galactic brothers and sisters coming in more closely, observing, observing, observing. We have such limited capacity for understanding of how things work in this world and beyond, and yet we're a fairly advanced group of beings that know so much, and yet there's so much more. And so sending blessings out to the home that you're in, Scott, and all those in the room with Sally and the beautiful bonobos. Blessings to all the creatures, great and small, known and unknown. I'm seeing the creatures of the water, the winged ones, the creepy crawlies, even down to the smallest bacteria, all the beautiful entities within our bodies. And Ming Tong, that was so beautiful, your prayer for these beloved bodies that carry us, that are our vehicles, our vessels, that hold our spirit, that enable us to be spirit, to be here on this earth for our soul's growth. So much gratitude, so much maximum grace. And just now moving into the prayers of silence that we do so well, that often can convey more than words do. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Scott. I'm going to ask you to unmute, beloved brother.
I didn't realize I was muted. So we will have 2 minutes of silence to just send your prayers for either yourself or for the world or whatever is most in your heart right now. Maximum grace for all of us, all of our beautiful global peace tribers. Maximum grace for our awakening world. Maximum grace for all the creatures and beings of this planet. We give thanks to our ancestors, our angels, our guides, our wisdom keepers, and for each other coming together as community. And I want us to maintain the prayer space because today something else very special is happening. Our beloved Tatiana is getting married right now. Today is her wedding day, and I think it's right around now that it's happening, or it might have happened a little while ago. Now we're going to, she's asked me to actually perform an online wedding ceremony for her. It's going to be on Sunday, August 23rd. So, two things. Right in this moment, let's send our love to Mark, that's her husband now, and Tatiana, as today is their wedding day. They're getting married today, or did get married. And then put in your calendars, Sunday, August 23rd. It'll be a special kind of sacred Sunday show. Um, and it's going to be an opportunity to really, well, we're going to have something special for her. And we'll uh, share more as we get closer to August 23rd. But while we're in our prayer time, I thought it'd be a really good time to bring up our beloved Tatiana and her new husband, Mark. So maximum grace for their marriage, for their union. It's just one of those days. There's so much going on. And something else that I want us to recognize, of course, many of you are familiar with formerly known as the Twin Ray. Um, and uh, there's been a series of messages from Sanandaji, who's now in the Himalayas. He actually went to India a while back and has been in the Himalayas working with a group of monks that are very, very deep into a cave in the Himalayas. Um, and he has created this document. Uh, Tomorrow is a very unique astrological alignment. 19th of July, 2026, and he's calling it the Cosmic Cradle. And I will put this into the chat box so you can all kind of look at it and review it. But this is an amazing time on the planet. I noticed someone else had put in the chat box a similar understanding of what's happening astrologically. He left a long audio message, which I listened to this morning. And to paraphrase based on my memory, um, in essence, the planets are coming together in a very loving way for us right now. Jupiter is in its favorite place in the sky. Um, and there is a real sense of being held cosmically. That's why he calls it the cosmic cradle, that the planets are aligning in such a way to really hold humankind as we give birth into an awakened world, into a higher form of existence. So this is a very, very beautiful thing that's happening. Um, and so it's not a coincidence that we have Susan Bloomquist's birthday and my good friend Bindi, who often is on the show. It's her birthday tomorrow on July 19th. And Darina Joy's birthday, and Mark and Tatiana getting married, and just it's not a coincidence that all this is happening on this very special weekend, very, very magical time. I do want to make some announcements about our upcoming shows. And our next show on Wednesday night, and we talked a little bit about it last week, is going to be our now annual, it's an annual event, the celebration of Mary Magdalene's feast day. And I think Christy Michaels is with us. So, Christy, I'm going to bring you up for a moment to share with our audience a little bit about what's going to be happening on Wednesday.
Oh, thank you so much, Scott. It's such a privilege and an honor because we are now seeing not only the rise, but a proliferation of people who are really understanding who Mary Magdalene was and the narrative that has changed from her being a prostitute to being an empowered Holy Sophia. But what does it mean to be an empowered Holy Sophia? And it's going to take the level of empowerment, which this show today was all about that with the Awakening magazine and the new books that are coming out. It's really we're learning a skill that was available to us 2,000 years ago, but because of the suppression, we missed out. So now we're not missing out anymore, and we're claiming it for ourselves, and we're going into a deep experience of it. So people will be sharing what the Holy Sophia is and how it's impacted them. And it's transformed my life too. So it's going to be the living examples of demonstrations of people that have been impacted so personally and directly. So thank you, Scott, for your love and support. It's just awesome. I'm so grateful to you.
Oh, my pleasure. So, hey, everybody, make sure you're with us. And as always, Christy always puts together a fantastic group of people. Uh, Eden's
Yeah.
going to be doing her She Rises song, and Eden just got back from an amazing trip to Italy. Of course, Omashar will be with us, Melissa Joy Sophia, the newlyweds, Dan and Diana Morse. Today is also Diana Morse's birthday. There's another birthday that we've got this weekend.
Yeah.
And Kalila will be with us, so it's going to be a great show. And
Thank you,
then
dear.
a week from tonight, I don't have a poster made up yet, but it's going to be an evening with four wonderful women. Again, the rise of the divine feminine. We have four extraordinary women who are going to be with us on our show next Saturday night. And then after that, coming up is DeArah's Interfaith show. And that's going to be a week from Wednesday. So, as always, we've got a lot of wonderful shows to look forward to in this beautiful tribe. All right, I am going to turn over to my beloved brother Omashar, and happy birthday, Omashar, to your daughter tomorrow. So, tell us a little bit about your daughter for a moment before you.
No, I'm not going to go into that. It's there's a bit of an estrangement there. However, it's a story. I've shared it before on the show, but I'm not going to share it now, even though thank you for the opportunity.
Sure.
But it is her birthday tomorrow, and her name is Anamika, and the name was given by an Indian friend of mine, and one of its meanings is one who's so beautiful they cannot be named, and so that's rather cool. So wherever you are out in the world, Anamika, I love you, and happy birthday tomorrow. And how interesting that it's all amongst all of this trine, amazing Jupiter, blah, blah, blah stuff. I'm touched. And tonight's show, again, I don't know how it happens, Scott, but every show I get so humbled that I'm now on my knees, literally. We're just going deeper and deeper and deeper as a group together. We're carrying each other, and no matter what I had in my mind and my heart at the beginning of the show, it all gets dispelled. I'm in this magical container that you have created and led, Scott, and that we all are part of. And so thank you so much for that, dude.
Mm.
And so here we are. Here is I don't know what we have coming after this. I saw your DM, IATA. I'll reply to that later. Anyway, without further ado, anyway, whatever. And there was some, no, I won't say it. My mind is being naughty. I got to shut up. I'm going to mute somebody. That'll be Christy. And here we go. Sometimes it feels so hard to move along, saying goodbye to yesterday. Take heart, my friends, there is a new song bringing us back to our homelands. When something troubles you, just call out my name. I'm the one who loves you. Be still within. Hear what I say. Give me the chance to be. Mind one soul
celebration of union. So when you're feeling down and on your own, take a look around. I am in everything. Give me your burden, walk into my arms. I will lift you up, I will hold you. We are one heart, one mind, one soul, working together to heal. And there are no walls between us now. It's a celebration of union. We are the ones who hear the new voice calling us home to freedom. Fear not, my friends, this is a new place full of new joys and happiness. Yes, we are one heart, one mind, one soul, working together to heal. And there are no walls between us now. It's a celebration of union.
Such a beautiful song. And I love the gong at the end. It's,
Yes, it is nice. I debated whether to put that on or not, but I love it too. It's very
oh, it's fantastic. It's great. And who are you singing with? Who's the female that you
It's
do the
when I
duet
was
with?
when I was in when I had a Norwegian girlfriend and I was in Norway recording the album that this came on, and I forget what it was on, one of my many albums. Bandcamp.com, Omashar. Anyway, it's a Norwegian woman singing with me. She's really little, and she was a very famous singer in Norway, and I've forgotten her name right now. I'm sorry, beloved, but she was singing with me on the track in the studio there. In Norway, and it was recorded in a place called Bergen, Bergen, and we recorded it in the deepest part of winter, so cold that the ocean, the sea, froze right up until Bergen. This is saltwater freezing. It was that cold. And anyway, it was a beautiful experience. And I loved the woman that I was with then. And I still do, as I do with all of my women and all of my offspring around the world who I don't know about.
You're quite
Anyway,
on fire tonight, bro.
I know, man. So that's why the water. I'm drowning in love. And anyway, thank you. And again, thank you to my daughter for being in my life. Well, she's not in my life at the moment, but she's in my heart. And I do hope for a reconciliation and a coming back together at some time. But it's not in my hands. It's in the hands of the gods and goddesses. And there we are.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for all that you do for this show. And thank you, everybody, for watching, and all of our friends watching the recording, watching on Facebook, watching on YouTube. And a reminder to join us. Please join the Global Peace Tribe. It's really easy if you just go to globalpeacetribe.com, like what's behind me, peacetribe.com, and then click register for the new season. It checks to make sure that you're human. Yes, I am. And then it takes you to our registration page. And I want to thank everybody in the Zoom room because you have registered. That's why you're with us. And but for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can come in for as little as $22. And you get all the Zoom room links for our entire summer season, which takes us all the way through September 30th. We do a show every Wednesday and every Saturday, and every show is special and wonderful and amazing. And then we also do special shows like Tatiana's online wedding ceremony and Sacred Sunday shows. So come and join us. And it's a family, as you can see, it's a community. There's so much always going on in the Zoom room, a lot of love. I can no longer keep track of everything going on in the Zoom room because there's so much interaction and connection, which is beautiful. So come join our family. That's a combination of friends and family that DeArah coined. And I look forward to hopefully seeing all of you Wednesday night as we celebrate Mary Magdalene's feast day, the rise of the Sophia. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend, the rest of the weekend. Remember, tomorrow, of course, is Sunday. Make it a sacred Sunday by choosing to see the divine in all. I'm going to go back to gallery review one last time. Thank you, those of you that are with us and have your cameras on, and those of you who don't have your cameras on. We love you all. Take care, everybody, and have a good evening. Good night. Oh, and tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, please join Reverend Jeffrey and myself for Karina Angela's amazing project. And this is going to be really, really special.
No, it's not. It's 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's 9 a.m. Mountain time.
Oh, thank you very much for pointing that out.
Sorry.
Because all this time I thought it was 9 a.m.
No, it's mountain time.
Oh, thank you, Christy, I would have missed the first hour if you hadn't have done that, probably.
Yeah.
So thank you. Okay, so 8 a.m. I thought I was going to sleep in tomorrow. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Mountain. Thank you very much for the transference experience. I hope to see you all there. All right, take care, everybody. Good night.